the sitting governor must have done something, significant for the people to say, no, we will stand and make sure that our vote count. And this is the person we want. And nobody can take our right away.
Hello, this is Politics on MPTV. I am Omolola Roslyn. And today I'll be deliberating with Mrs. One Day Peace. Today we'll be deliberating on the just concluded governorship election that was held in Osun State. And I am sure that we have a lot. But before then, you're very welcome, ma.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, today, like I said earlier, we are deliberating on the just concluded governorship election that was held in Osun State. And so I want to ask you, what is your general assessment of
action?
Okay, thank you very much. In fact, the day preceding that election day, I was on my way from Ekiti to Abuja, and I saw a lot of uniformed men from Abuja. I was wondering whether we still have anyone left in Abuja. The road was, the traffic, everything was so much. And I was wondering, like, it's just state election that we are having all this direction to Osun State. But thank God, at least we have a winner.
Okay, and so do you think the election was free and fair?
Well, this morning I was listening to a session in Channels Television, at least an observer from Osun State, and the same question was put to him, and he said, well, from what he observed, there were a lot of controversies, like people came out to give money openly at the polling units, and then a lot of card reader malfunctioning and so many other things that took place. But at the end of the day, we saw that the indigenes, or let me say the people of Osun State, stood their ground to monitor it back to back until, even when it was 3 a.m, we still heard that people were live at the polling unit trying to see the final collation of what happened in Osun State. So for me, I'm not an observer, I wasn't there, but from what I have seen, I think we cannot give credit to say it was fair, free and fair, like nothing happened. Something happened, but at the end of the day, at least I did the best thing.
Okay, so you feel the winner is justified?
Yeah, I felt so, because some people came out to even show us some huge amount of money that were given to them at the polling unit to, trying to buy them from voting for the choice they want to vote for. But at the end of the day, it came out like chaos. Some people were even trying to fight to see how they can cast their vote. See, in Nigeria, I always have this thought that if politicians will allow the people to make their choices, I think the country will be better. But when we are being forced to vote for a candidate that is not our choice, everybody has a choice. So allow people to make their choices, not coming to give us money. By the time you give money, and at the end of the day, peradventure, I vote for somebody that is not what I want, and then the person emerges as a winner. When things go wrong, you will not be able to say anything, because of course you know that things will go wrong, because the person have demonstrated to you from day one that I am here to give what you need, not what you want. Like, yes, Nigerians, some people need money, especially this time, and then you give me that kind of money at the end of the day for 4 years. Do you know what is 4 years compared to 20,000 or 50,000 that cannot even take you for 1 week? So I think the people of Osun State, I give kudos to them. They stood their ground and they have a victory.
Okay, what do you think was the major issue that influenced the voters' election this time? What do you think influenced them to do what they did this time?
You're asking me as if you are not a Nigerian. What do you think will make you, as a presenter, to take a decision? Let's say you and I, we are in Osun State and we are trying to cast our votes. What do you think will make you or me to make the right choice? I am not saying that any of the parties, they are not right choice, but looking at what is happening in Nigeria today, a lot of people, in fact, even down to the villages, will tell you this so party, I am not interested. Why? Because of the challenges that we are going through. And at the end of the day, see, I sometimes when I see them come out to give this huge amount of money, so if we have money like this before now, why can't they use this money to better the life of the citizens? Until this money is being kept till election time, that is when you see them coming to give you money, coming to give you rice, coming to give you all those things that you need from January till now. So is it these 2 months or is it these 3 months that will make you to leave if you have not been dead from January till now? I mean, we are survivors.
Okay, what are the factors you think are responsible to the reason why APC could not defeat their opponent this time?
Well,
being the ruling party in Nigeria presently.
Okay, when you say ruling party, we are not talking about presidential election here.
Yeah.
We are talking about state election here. So, yes, APC is in power, and I believe that the winner of Osun State is an opposition party. Yeah. So, it cannot be a one party. Nigeria is not a one party system. So, we allow other parties to also, come into contest and then see if they can, come up with a win. And that is exactly what we saw here. So the factors are people just need a change. That's all.
Okay.
And I'm sure the governor has done something that the people also, they are interested in him coming back for the second term. Because Nigeria has come this far that nobody can intimidate us anymore. We are out there in the sun, in the rain. Anyhow you want it, Nigerian youth are ready to defend their vote. So he must have done well.
It was said that his nephew, in the person of the famous musician, that's Davido, went all out for his campaign during this period. Do you think that was one of the major? It was seen that his nephew, one of the popular Afrobeat musician, that's in the person of Davido, went all out for his campaign during this election and even before. So do you think this was one of the major reasons why he was able to win this election, or you just think it is based on his personality only and what he has done before, or you think it's also part of the reason why people came out in mass to vote for him? Do you think that was one of the reasons why people came out in mass to vote for him?
Okay, firstly, I think the Adelekes, they have this love as a family. Even before this election, we've seen, many times that Davido will go to his uncle, they will dance and stuff like that. So I don't think it's because of Davido. Now, if you say it's because of Davido and the man has not performed anything, do you think Nigerians, the Osun people will vote for him? Because Davido does not feed all of them. Yes, he's a star. We cannot take that away. But I don't think it's because of, Davido.
Anybody did not play as a major factor. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say, because if we have somebody, for example, someone in my family who is doing so well and then is not extending to all the state level. Do you understand? Because we have so many local governments in Osun State. Remember, not just the Adelekes alone. So I don't think it's because of Davido alone, though it's a plus for him to have come, show his face, support his uncle. Yes, but the major thing is that I feel the sitting governor must have done something, significant for the people to say, no, we will stand and make sure that our vote counts. And this is the person we want. And nobody can take our right away. So I feel he has done something good for his people.
Okay, considering the challenges faced during this governorship election, especially from the perspective of the INEC now, do you think they're prepared enough for the 2027 presidential election?
Okay.
She's responding now.
Well, I feel that this question should be directed to the INEC chairman, but be that as it may, as Nigerians, because everybody will look at what happened closely at Osun State. This is, I would say that is an eye-opening for us, because all the things that happen during this time of the election in Osun State, we should take it into cognizance that such things might happen again during the presidential election. So what I feel that INEC should be doing by now is to map out all those places that they have these lapses and be able to work on it before another election will come, because it's coming, until presidential. So if we have delay in the river, we have delay in some of them packing up, some of the polling units didn't get their materials on time. These are things that INEC should put more effort to rectify in another, maybe state government, governorship election in another state, or before the presidential election. So I would say that INEC chairman should sit down and look at what happened critically in Osun State, so that it does not repeat itself, because Nigerians are not ready to take any excuses, especially when you talk about presidential election. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you so much for honoring this invitation. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course, we've heard our deliberation today in the studio, and of course, it's not complete until we hear your perception and perspective about the just concluded Osun State election. So do well to follow us on all our social media handles, and we'll be looking forward to your comments in the comment section. Thank you very much. Once again, I am Omola Roslyn on MPTV.